All right, welcome to the 414 Morning Podcast. I'm Daryl.
I'm Armando.
We about to get back into what we had started yesterday.
Okay.
We're just gonna be like looking at some questions, talking about embarrassing moments. So I think I had left off, so I think it's your turn.
No, I think it's your turn.
Oh, it is?
Remember, I was doing my
Yep. Okay.
my most embarrassing breakup.
All right.
I'm just trying to be in your presence since you blessed me with this gift. All of my friends dead and gone. No time to right their wrongs.
All right. So let's see what I got. All right. Most embarrassing moment in school. Well, I think that was yesterday. What I had mentioned the school bus incident.
Okay.
Other than that, yeah, I can't I think that was like my most embarrassing for sure.
Okay. Let's see what we got here. We down to the nitty gritty now.
Mhm.
That sound old, nitty gritty. What is your most embarrassing moment? I'll make it short and simple.
Okay.
It's two parts, and they both involve my mom. So the first part is when I first got started with the social media stuff, and I got started. I'm gonna say it was TikTok mostly. She didn't really bother me that much when I was posting on Facebook and Instagram. It was mainly TikTok, and it was just basically the comments she used to leave. Right. So I got 1,000, 2,000, 5,000 views. Everybody sending thumbs up. Short comments. Bro, you funny. Keep doing it. I'm glad that you got your content out there. She's the only one that's sending, "Hi son, mom miss you. Hi son, haven't seen you in forever. Hi son, when your mom gonna see you?" I'm like, that's stuff you text.
Right.
You don't.
Or you DM me.
Yeah, you don't just send that for the public to see. Now I got people in my inbox like, you can make jokes, but you can't make time for your mom.
Oh Lord. Oh no.
You can say jokes, but you can't tell your mama that you love her. Or you got time to post, but you ain't got time to spend with your mom. Like now, everybody's sitting up there thinking I don't love my mama. Whew. I'm just sitting there like, you know what? I had to block her from my comments. You know, I had to get serious when you had to block your parent from your page. Don't be sending that. Now everybody think that I don't love my mama. You know how embarrassing that is? She's sending like stuff that shouldn't even be in there. You know what, son? You know what? Your brother going to jail again. Like, mom, don't send that. Mom,
she's especially on like a post where you like,
yes. Hey son, I think you need to come talk to your dad. I think he hitting that stuff again. Like, why everybody need to know that? Like, why? So I blocked her. I go to her house. She was like, son, you don't post no more. I do. You just can't see it.
Right. You ain't wrong. You ain't wrong for that.
In my second part, I make this story short. I'm Puerto Rican and black. So growing up, my dad is Puerto Rican. So my dad's full blood Puerto Rican. And then so growing up, he wasn't really there, to teach us Spanish. And we really didn't hang around that side of the family until we used to have like family functions. And that's like Christmas, Thanksgiving, the big holidays. So my mom took it upon herself to sit up there and say, you know what? I'm going to teach you Spanish. And if you know my mom is straight street, straight hood. She don't know Spanish. Nothing about Spanish is my mom. Like nothing. So she decided to say, you know what? I don't want y'all to feel stupid when y'all start going over there. So I'm going to teach y'all Spanish. You know, her advice to us was, whatever they say, and when you talk to them, just put an O at the end of everything.
Oh, no.
So if they say hi, you say hi, yo. When they say bye, you say bye, yo. If you want plate, you just say Play-Doh. Play-Doh. Her way of teaching us Spanish was putting an O at the end of everything. Like, no. No, I want Toyo. They looking at us like, what the fuck they talking about?
Toyo.
We don't understand them. They don't understand us. We just sitting there just confused.
Right, because y'all not even speaking English at this point.
We not saying that. I got to the point where I just start pointing. Like, just, yeah, I want that right there. that was my most embarrassing moment. Speaking Spanish to people that have no idea what we saying.
Somebody teaching you Spanish who don't speak Spanish.
Yes. Yeah, so we were doing good on this podcast with these jokes
You know what that? You remember that show Zoom?
No, I didn't.
So it was this show where they used to speak ubby dubby. So like that's basically it would be the word, but they would say like ubby or whatever at the end of it. Like look at that table ubby or whatever, or ubby table or something. But that's what that kind of reminds me of. Like
yeah, mama, she had her. What they say? Broken English, broken Spanish.
That's not even Spanglish. That's just English.
Oh man, that was the most confusing time sitting in that house. They talking to us, we don't understand them. We're talking to them, they don't understand us.
Right, I'm pretty sure you sitting there like, oh, I must have missed the O in the word.
Yeah, I'm confused though. So that is my most embarrassing moment, Toe. Oh man, good times.
All right.
It's crazy. My dad on drugs. My mom. Oh man.
Most embarrassing family member.
Oh yeah, this. Oh yeah.
Most embarrassing family member.
I hope they don't watch the channel.
Man, that's a few of them. Oh, I'm gonna have to think about this one. Most embarrassing family member. You know what? I'm gonna keep it simple for this one. So I would say my youngest brother. So my youngest brother, he suffers from bipolar disorder.
Okay.
This is why it's funny. So around the time of his high school graduation, we found out that he was hanging out in the boiler room with the janitor. And we're like, okay, that's not good. Oh, why is the janitor with him? And he was like, oh, he just like showing me how to, like clean the school up because like that's all I want to do. Okay.
Showing you how to rinse and mop, all right.
Like that's weird, I guess. Paid no mind to it. So I was working in the student union while I was in college, and it was this young girl. She was a senior in high school, but she went to the same high school as my brother. And she was like, "You got the same last name as this one guy I go to school with." And I was like, "Oh, what's his name?" She was like, "David." And I was like, "Oh, my brother's name is David. What school do you go to?" She said she goes to Riverside. I was like, "Oh, he goes to Riverside." She's like, "Oh shit." I'm like, "What?" She's like, "Your brother's the boiler room boy." And I'm like, the what? The boiler room boy. Yeah, he's the one that's always hanging out in the boiler room and, just like beatboxing and stuff. Is he okay? So anybody who knows like bipolar disorder, it starts, in your young adulthood. So around like that 17, 18 spot. So he's starting to become bipolar. It's almost like a zombie thing. So he's hanging out in the boiler room. But also a lot of this seemed to have like gay undertones to it. Because my sister then calls me one day. She like stops over home to like visit him. He's shirtless, getting a tattoo done in the living room. The guy doing the tattoo is also shirtless. And she's like, okay, it's winter. Why are y'all both shirtless? And he's like, I'm getting the tattoo done. That didn't explain like why you're shirtless. Yeah, why is his shirt off?
Exactly. Why do you need to take your clothes off to do my tattoo? Right. You're not even getting the tattoo.
So then fast forward. This is a side story real quick. I had to beat him up because he stole my Plies CD. Yes, I was a Plies fan. So those first two albums were fire. In front of some Jehovah's Witnesses.
Oh my!
It wasn't a good sight. So a few years later, he stole my couch.
Wait, what?
He stole.
So
So
a couch.
a sectional on top of that.
How you
So
most people, they take money, credit cards,
this had to be
phones.
this had to be completely planned out because again, it was a sectional. You got to take that apart in pieces, and also you have to have a way of
Transport.
Yeah. So
You take a couch. You went home. You was looking like, you remember what Fresh Prince when Will got there, like, where the furniture?
Almost like, man, it's been a long day. Plopped on nothing. So
you take a couch.
so I would say that
my daddy probably was there too.
because he needed help, obviously.
When my dad was doing drugs, that'd have been a move he made.
But
I'm gonna go talk to him.
To this day, I don't know what he did with that couch, but it sounds like he traded it in for a Nintendo Switch. But
my dad probably did. I was missing the Switch.
But I traded the couch for it. They probably did work together.
Probably with the basketball.
Oh man. But I would say, like, because of his condition, he does some embarrassing things when he's off his medication. Fortunately, he is okay now. So I don't mind if, like he watches this podcast and he hears these stories. But at that time, it was just like gradually, I think he might be asexual. I don't think he likes men or women. But that's neither here nor there. But, like being in the boiler room with the janitor, shirtless tattoos and stuff.
It's not a good look.
He did some embarrassing things, but he also did some kind of homoerotic things. Yeah. But I would say that he's for sure like my most embarrassing family member.
Oh man, I can picture that skit. That's crazy.
Right, you just walk in like, it's like what is happening here? I'm getting a tattoo. Okay,
who's doing the tattoo?
Right,
I'm confused.
Why he just blowing your ear? Like what just happened?
Oh man, you don't need that much Vaseline to do a tattoo. Oh man. Okay. Oh man, it's too early for this. For coffee and everything. We record this show early. The Mexicans ain't even up right now.
Well, at least Dominicans.
Have you ever been beaten up? I guess I can't say define beating up because I know that's either you won or you lost. But like a 1-on-1, no. But like I've been jumped.
Okay.
And I was jumped when I was in the 6th grade. Yeah, which is crazy, right? So, of course, Puerto Rican and black. So I went to I'm gonna say all black school, really. I was lighter than this when I was growing up. I used to always wear my hair low, so it was just wavy and silky. So of course, I was like,
good hair. They ain't like that.
Yeah, so I was one of the foreign people there. So I just remember I was playing on the playground. Mind you, I'm 6. I don't know anything about nothing. So I had my Green Bay Packers hat on. I like to go to school early to play basketball at the park. And I'm playing basketball at the park. Somebody must have fouled me. I picked my hat up, put it back on my head and stuff. So these, I'm going to say gangsters, GDs, so I guess, according to them.
At that age?
Yes. So according to them, when you wear a hat and it's a symbol, I guess you're supposed to wear it to the right side, right? So that's what they do. If you wear it to the left side, I guess you vice lord.
Okay.
So I just put my hat on, boom, and it went to the left side. I don't know anything about that. I'm not in no gang or anything. I'm out there hooping. I just was cold, put my hat on, boom, go right back to it. So they get to the park, was like, switch your hat. It's like, I don't have a hat. I'm poor. Like this is it's the only hat I got. It's like, what do you mean? He was like, no, switch your hat. It's like, how do you want me to switch it? I don't understand. I don't have another one. He was like, oh, you trying to be funny? I'm like, no, I don't know what you mean. Why you put your hat on that way? I mean, I thought that's how normal people do it. Like I I don't know no other way to put on my hat.
I fix a hat on my head. I don't understand.
I don't understand. Like, are you a one-hander? Do you do this, or are you a two-hander?
Right.
Like, I'm confused. So he like, no, switch your hat around, cuz. I'm like, switch my hat? How? Oh, you about to get jumped today? I'm like, jump from my hat? Like, it's a Green Bay Packers hat. Like, I don't understand. So, like, I'm just like, if you don't like the Packers, just say that.
Mm-hmm.
So he just like, no. You got it on the wrong side. Like, should I flip it inside out? Like, I'm confused. Like,
Right.
tell me what you want from me. I don't understand. So now all of a sudden, these teenagers and I'm gonna say young adults, they all surrounding me now. 6th grade, mind you. And they already felt like I didn't belong in the neighborhood. So I got that on top of it. So of course, nobody in the school decided to help me. And it's just me. So I literally got jumped by some gangsters. Like literally. So, and that wasn't even the worst part of the story, right? I could take a punch, right? So I was all good, you know, but the worst part about it was my brother was there.
Oh Lord.
And not just like not like my younger brother, but my oldest brother. So one thing about me is I got my dad's height. The rest of them got my mom's height. So the rest of them shorter. So I'm the youngest brother, but I look like I'm the oldest brother.
Yeah.
And I'm bigger than all of them. So he watched and just ran. And he was home. So when I got home, he was already home. And I got there and then I'm like, bro, why you ain't help me and stuff like that? He was like, I tried to. I'm like, you already home playing a game. How the like unbothered too, just at home, just playing a video game.
Hope we make it out of that.
Yeah. So me, I'm pissed off. I'm like, I understand that you ran, but nigga, you ain't even try to get help.
Right.
Like you at home just chilling. You ain't even try to get help. So make a long story short, yes, I've been beaten up, but I got jumped. So now when his time came, so now he in the neighborhood, he getting just because he talking crazy to some people and he getting a fight and he about to get jumped. Guess what I did?
Start taking bets?
Nope. I ran. I went home, played the game. It's your turn. You got to learn this lesson today.
Right.
And then he got home, bro. Why you ain't jump me? Now we even. Yeah. Now I am that petty. Now we even. Now we.
Ain't nothing like you know this is not about to end well, and then you see like a life preserver and they just take off the other direction. Like, ain't this about to
it was like almost the wood when he was just like, I looked up. I thought it was the sun. But it was facey fist.
Oh man. And you just kind of like look over and you just see like his back feet
just gone. Just hit it home. I would have felt better if he was out, mama and daddy. Like if I had reinforcements coming, like nobody even knew what happened.
Right. But that's the crazy part. And then pretending like nothing happened.
Nothing
like
happened.
You just chilling playing the game.
So when he got jumped, I could have helped him. Nope. I turned my back too. Went home. Yep. Now we even now. Yes, sir.
Tit for tat.
Oh yes. Yes. Stay petty. You ain't got to be petty.
Right.
Just saying. I'm the last one to try to. Oh yes, I am. I'm petty. Yes, I am. So thank you for tuning in to part 2 of our embarrassing moments. So we're just gonna do some quick announcements. The Carter 6 is coming on the 6th.
Yep. Friday.
Yep. And right now, Lil Wayne is going on tour, so he'll be in New York. On the 6th, also when his album release, he's doing the 20 years of the Carter series. He also will be performing at BET.
Yep. On Tuesday.
On Tuesday. So last time he was there, a couple of times he did the 2022 with Jack Harlow feature 2020 when he was honoring Kobe. So, but it's interesting to see if he's going to do his own thing this time come around. DMX, he's dropping new music. Interested to see what that sound like.
I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, so his last project was in 2021. Ironically, you know, it was top 8 on the Billboard 200 chart. The first week it sold 32,000 units, and then it was number 4 on the rap albums chart.
Yeah, not bad, but I mean, like as a person that listened to it and gave it a shot, it was trash. That was a dumpster fire. It was not good.
Yeah, so supposedly this album's supposed to be just full of just features. We're gonna see what that sound like. See if he can incorporate his style with today's generation. So I'm just interested to see what he have to talk about, and if I don't know. To me, it might sound outdated. So I like to see the producers on this really.
Yeah, I was just going to ask, do we know anybody responsible? Because like Swiss Beats was like kind of his primary producer.
Yeah.
And you know, Swiss Beats sound like compared to like today's sound, it is dated.
Yeah, and Swiss Beats is that repetitive snare. Like you can't do every beat like that. Like
and xylophone for some reason.
Yeah, so that's interesting. It's also interesting with the Carter 6 because I haven't seen yet him drop really that one impactful song leading up to the Carter 6.
Yeah.
Like he did features, Rick Ross, Big Sean, he was on the feature with that with You Don't Stop in 2024. He came with Flau'jae with Came Out a Beast in 2024. He was featured on that song with Young Thug and 2 Chainz, Blessed in 2024. He had a new song with Tyga, Pop It Off. He also did one with Lil Yachty and Kyle Rich, which I kind of like. If the sound ain't for you, then you might not like it, but I like it. It's called Can't Hold Me Down. Saturday Morning is one of my favorite with Corday. He did a song with. So
I like Corday.
Yeah. Our last interesting news, which happened yesterday, when we was on the air, it was coming through. Thibs
got fired.
Thibs got fired. I don't wish that on anybody. And imagine you going to work and you doing the best job that they had in a long time, and you overachieving and you're doing the best at what you can do.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden they say you fired. No reason, no fire.
Yeah.
4 out of 5 seasons he's been there, he led them to the championship.
Like, I don't know, like he must have like upset the right person, because it seems like he usually when he takes over as head coach for a while, the team does improve. When he was in Chicago, New York,
The Wolves.
Yeah. Like he had a stint in Milwaukee too, didn't he? I think he did.
Yeah, but even look at him being the major anchor on that Boston Celtics team when they won that championship, when KG, Ray Allen, and Paul Pierce and Rondo was there. He was the defensive coordinator there.
Yeah. So, and that's the thing. Like, he's a defensive minded coach. So that's all. Like, the Knicks played great defense. They were a very good defensive team. The problem was like firepower. Like, I don't think that Thibodeau should have lost his job. It's going to be difficult replacing somebody like him. And honestly, like, if I'm him, I'm probably like looking toward retirement, because it doesn't seem like he's ever given, like full control over a team.
Yeah. And then even with Thibs, you got to realize, like, people talking about, like Kenny Smith said, he have a hard trouble playing 9 people in the major league lineup. Like, I understand that he doesn't play that many people, but you got to have people to play.
Yeah.
Outside of what, Mikal Bridges, and I can't even say who the 6 man. Oh, McBride, that's coming off the bench.
Yeah.
You really don't have that much to work with, So to me, it's more like a general manager thing more than it is a coaching thing. I only can play what I have. I can't play what I don't have.
Right.
So why go deep into a rotation that I don't have?
Yeah, but he maximizes what he has.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, unfortunately, like Jalen Brunson, he had that injury. Was that last season or 2 seasons ago?
Yeah.
Then the whole thing with Derrick Rose. Like, but I know a lot of people are upset that he runs his players into the ground. But the thing is, how are you running them into the ground? Nobody really plays 82 games anymore. Fine, like, you're going to play just about the entire game. but that's what you're there for.
Yeah, but it's weird when they're not playing. Then the broadcasters just say, "Oh, why such and such ain't back in the game? He should be back in the game." And then when he do get him in the game, why is he playing so many minutes? So it's
Right.
like
Can't win for losing.
yeah, you know what I'm saying? Damned if you do, damned if you don't.
Mm-hmm.
And then if you look at the Knicks, they improve every single year. This is the first time they had back-to-back 50-win seasons since the 90s.
Yeah.
Right? So it's been 30-something years since they had back-to-back 50-win seasons. So so to me, that's crazy. So if we look at it, he brought them back after when he took over, they had a 7-year drought of making the playoffs. So when he first got there, they was fourth. They had a first round exit. Second year, you know, they was hurt, so they didn't make the playoffs. And then after that, they was the 5th seed. They lost in the semifinals. And then after that, they lost in the semifinals and then the conference finals just recently. So you see, every year they got better. They record's better this year than it was last year.
Yeah. So it really just seems like they're like inching toward it. Like Cat is still young, like their core is still young, and they just really probably need to add one more piece to like put them over the hump.
Yeah, see, I think what hurt them too was that Mikal Bridges pickup. I don't know. I think I would have rather kept Dante than I would have had Mikal Bridges. That seemed like to me that was a better fit.
Yeah.
You just because to me it's more as a GM, because if you look at it, the players you spent all those Mikal Bridges, what, 4 first-round picks you picked on, you spent on him. He didn't perform in the playoffs.
Yeah.
He had a good game or two, but when they needed him against the Pacers, he was not available.
Right.
So, and then you got to think about Cat played Karl-Anthony Towns. He played most of that game against the series against the Pacers hurt.
Yeah.
So, and then Brunson also, he was playing. So, I mean, you have players playing hurt. And then the players you picked up, like the OGs and all that stuff, they didn't perform. They didn't give you what you expected. And what was the talk always was, let's get a healthy OG and we can get over the top. Finally got a healthy OG, and he didn't shine in the brightest moments. So that's what it is. So that's just quick announcements about the Thibs. Let us know what you think about the Thibs firing. Is it justified? Is it not justified? Do you like the move? Do you not like the move? So let us know. Bill, he remind me of Bill Belichick. Thibs, the brand that they play or the style isn't pretty, and it's usually ugly to watch, but it's effective. You know, like it get the job done.
Right.
Slow and methodical, but it gets the job done. You know, but to me, it's harder to defend something that you're not used to seeing versus something that you always used to seeing.
Yeah.
So he has an offense and the defensive scheme you're not used to seeing, so it's hard to game plan against. They just ran out of gas. That's it.
Yeah.
That's it. Like you said, they're a piece away. They're a shooter. They're a 6 men off the bench away from getting that. So to me, what's the hard part about this is there's not like his big head coaches out there to replace him. So that's why I don't understand.
Right.
I don't understand. Maybe they have a plan, but who knows? But like you said, he might was just that scapegoat. But I like to highlight Menominee Falls guard Anthony Ness, class of 2026. Real shifty guard. They got NBA range, court vision, that's shifty, and a high IQ. So look for him out on the circuit. Look for him making noise. I like to just get a big shout out to Anthony. And while we at it, y'all pay attention to some of these highlights. Watch how you get buckets. Off the pick. Watch this. See the pass? Yes, sir. Oh man, he almost fell. Buckets. Another dime. Oh yeah, he on the island. Oh man, watch yourself. My ankles. Buckets. Buckets. I mean, y'all get the theme, right? Do I need to say it again? Say it with me.
buckets. If heaven offer rides, Lord, order me a lift. I'm just trying to be in your presence since you blessed me with this gift. All of my friends dead and gone, no time to right their wrongs.